In this lesson, we're going to look at omissions, which deals with the conduct element of the actus reus. Now, up to now, most of our consideration has been centered around the act itself, or the physical act of doing something in order to commit a crime. From here onwards, we will consider a bit about omissions, or where a person has not acted. The actus reus ostensibly considers either doing something or not doing something, so we're going to consider the latter, of not doing something, leading to a crime being committed. So how exactly is liability imposed on an individual? The very simplest notion of considering this aspect is to think of it as where there is a duty to act on an individual, there will be liability. But where there is no duty to act, there will be no liability. The point to note here is that there is no positive duty imposed on anyone. As in, if you see a person drowning or being pushed by another person onto a river, just because you don't go there and help that person out, it does not mean that you are held responsible or liable for any death or injury that might have occurred to that other person. However, let us, for example, assume that you are a lifeguard, or you are one of the pool attendants, or a person in charge of pool safety. You cannot idle by and watch a person being pushed or drowned in the pool. You have a positive duty towards that individual, and if that person dies or injures himself, you too might be found liable. It's important to note here that most crimes involving omissions are actually statutory and not found in common law. There are a few key facts that we must consider when we think about omissions in relation to criminal law. First of all, both murder and manslaughter can be committed by omission. Now, this was found in Gibbons and Proctor. This case is available in your case summaries, which are in the form of a PDF, which is downloadable along with the full course. Secondly, omission deals with legal and not moral duties. Now, the example I mentioned previously of you being a passerby to a person being drowned and you not having a positive duty or a moral obligation, you having a moral obligation but you not following through on it, doesn't mean that there is an imposition of liability on you. However, there are situations when there is legal liability forced upon you in which you must act and not omit. So omission deals with legal and not moral duties, as per Lewin and the Crown Prosecution Service, a case which is also available in the case summaries. Now, that duty, which I mentioned earlier, can arise due to a contract as well, much like the lifeguard or the pool attendant that I spoke of earlier. Now, we briefly looked at what elements are involved in determining if omissions have occurred, and if so, how liability is imposed, and we looked at how duty is established and a few key facts on how exactly omissions can lead to a crime as well. In the next lesson, we're going to look at a very important section in relation to establishing a crime having been committed, an aspect of which comes later on in other subjects as well in your LLB program, which is causation. Hi, my name is Shavin Bandarnayaka. Thanks a lot for watching this video on YouTube. For the complete course, make sure you click the link on the left. Also, for an exclusive discount to YouTube viewers, enter the coupon code YouTube at the course page. All the very best with your studies and good luck with your exams. See you in the next lesson.